What does this say about the race to space, if you will, between private space aviation, and I'm thinking now, of course, of SpaceX and Blue Origin and now Virgin Galactic?
This is a really interesting development that we see happening here. You know, the idea of the billionaires arm wrestling match that we see going on between these three companies that are run by individuals that have so much money to burn in this is really remarkable to see. However, you know, the real question is, where's the beef in this? In that, you know, is there really a financial model that makes sense in which they actually can generate you know, revenue and income from this business? I mean, it's all well and good to burn up your own money to get this going, but at some point you have to develop either contracts with the national agencies to provide launch services, or in the case of Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic, you know, the space tourism market has to be big enough with a reasonable enough flight ticket to cover all these expenses of development. SpaceX has done an incredible job so far. Their space capsule is really a modern, futuristic craft that has the capability to carry a number of astronauts up to International Space Station and possibly on to the moon. And Blue Origin has a reusable system as well that seems to be working very well. But both of these companies need more contracts to be able to generate the successful, sustainable financial model through which investors might be able to get some money back.
I assume so. NASA pays them for this. Is this a profitable flight?
It's a profitable flight for SpaceX in that SpaceX has the contract from NASA to provide launch services to International Space Station now. So, you know, they've relinquished their need to use the Russian spacecraft, of course. And so now NASA has outsourced this. And what it turns out to be is that this is a great savings for NASA because NASA doesn't have to, you know, manage, keep control or run all the infrastructure for this. And they have this great launch service that they can contract out. Now, for SpaceX, this will continue to get better as they get more and more contracts from NASA. You know, they've invested heavily in the outset, and the technologies that they've been employing have also been gleaned from NASA. So SpaceX is on the way, but they still have a ways to go.
How far ahead is SpaceX relative to Blue Origin?
They are quite a good leap ahead. You know, they started a bit earlier than they did. They've been able to push their development further along. They have much greater capability. That's not to say that Blue Origin isn't coming along, but, you know, you could say that they have a great head start above Blue Origin. Now, there's room enough for everybody in this. It's just that these operations have to get going, and the rest of the space community has to realize that this access to low Earth orbit with reusable spacecraft is definitely the way to go. And NASA has realized this and has jumped on board early. And any other space concerns that want to get into space need to see these as a real viable way to get into space for a lower price with great reliability.